Welcome to another episode of TTG Sports. Please like, share, and subscribe to the page below. Before we get started, I just want to appreciate y'all for joining me. Tonight was a rematch of the Horn Lake Center Hill game. It was a sloppy good game, meaning that it got exciting towards the end. But overall, it was a back and forth game, but not just in such a spectacular way. Horn Lake started out slow. That's one thing that I'm noticing about Horn Lake. They get off to slow starts and their motor get to going as the game gets to going on. Center Hill, you would have just thought that Center Hill was just going to run away with this game on how they played the first half. They completely, had a game plan on how they was going to, hold up, let me stop, and I'll get back to it. Man, the referees was horrible tonight. Anybody that was in there, especially for that girl game, the referees was horrible. But there's nothing wrong. I'm pretty sure a lot of people ain't gonna say nothing wrong when we call them referees horrible. You know what I'm saying? And giving my real intake on them. But kids, I'm not on y'all right now. Parents, I'm not on y'all right now. But those referees was horrible. So if we can hold those referees accountable and call them all out their name, we should be willing to hold our own kids and our own self accountable in certain situations. But again, referee is horrible. Fred, and it makes so bad about it, Fred is supposedly supposed to be over the refs in Mississippi in this area, and he was the worst referee tonight, and I promise you. That joker ain't broke a sweat yet, ain't rolled his knee up to go run, to do nothing. It was just real almost pitiful for the referee association to say, this is my hitter. That stuff ain't right. And it's not fair to these kids because these kids have never learned to understand. You had Ruben Campbell and Fred. Man, you asking for something. You asking for a problem. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there, we're just going to go to something else back to what I was saying. First half, Center Hill, I wouldn't say they looked good, but they looked better than Horn Lake that first half. They, I think the score was 27-12. That was a very, very low scoring half for Horn Lake by having someone like India and the other kids that were, you know what I'm saying, that's supposed to come help her night in and night out. But tonight, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that stuff didn't happen the way that it normally happened or didn't happen the way that they wanted to happen. I don't know what's going on totally, you know what I'm saying, right now. But the last two times I've seen this team, it's just been a different team, you know what I'm saying, than I seen from the first couple of times that I seen them. But, it's some things that hasn't changed. And that's Caitlin Williams. She let me get to Center Hill first. Since they lost the game, let me get to Center Hill first. Like I say, these kids from Center Hill always come out guns a-blazing, full of energy, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know what goes on and what happens within the game when they're playing to go through some of these collapses. But I'm going to highlight a couple of players, maybe one or two. But, they didn't get too much. They didn't have but one player in double figures, and that was Madison Hughes. I think she had 11 points, 13 rebounds, 1 steal, 4 blocks, which she did the majority of that in the first half. So she didn't have a pretty good second half. Whatever Coach Partee did at halftime to narrow down her touches and how she gets to the basket They did an excellent job with that. Madison Bush added 7 points. Collins added 7. Uh, and that's pretty much it. There's other players with 2, 2, 5, and stuff like that. But those three and Hughes just really is a stat filler. I'm very excited to see what this kid has to offer over the next 2 years for our state because she's heading in the right direction when it comes to playing basketball for her team and playing basketball and representing this state well regardless of what AAU team she's playing with. So I think she's playing with the Memphis Elite. Whatever they're doing, we'll just keep doing it. Or whatever she's doing on her own, keep doing that. You have a promising future in this game. Is this something that you truly want to do? And both times that I watched you, which was against Horn Lake, you got hurt the first time against Horn Lake, and you was killing before you got hurt. And when I seen you tonight, you just got back to it. You just didn't have a good second half, so I'm very interested to see how you respond in your next game, knowing that you didn't finish the game well in a big game, knowing that your team seemed like they was going to be relying on you down the stretch. Not saying that they just gave the ball to you, it's just that you couldn't get the things done that you did the first half. But overall, coming to see you play is worth the price of admission every night, night in and night out. I would just say to the team of Center Hill to continue to just keep grinding. You know, 6A is not just so out the woodworks to where there's just such a dominant team because it seems like the kids they're up and down. You know what I'm saying? And nothing wrong with that because it's the nature of the beast that's on how cheering that's also. Don't hang your head down so hard after a loss when y'all you done beat this team before. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like that's impossible, and you can't let this stop what's going on knowing that it's a season still left. So, like, problems can be fixed, you know what I'm saying, due to how 6A is, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to girls basketball. So, I'd be super pissed, but I won't be as mad to where it just destroys my whole season. Yeah, I'm pissed as hell that I let Horn Lake come back. You know what I'm saying? But don't be so hard on yourself. It's just, like I say, it can be fixed. It wasn't that things just totally went Horn Lake's way in the second half. Y'all gave them a few things too, but they also came out the second half and played a remarkable ball game and a strategical ball game in the second half. So that would just be my advice to Center Hill. Horn Lake, they were led by India Bourne. Let me see if I got this right. She had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 15, 16. She had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, 4 turnovers. India had a horrible first half, but just like big time ball players, second half, especially knowing that her team needed her to help rally them back, India found ways to get to the bucket and found ways to put her team in position to be in the position they was at the end of the game to win the game. I can't just say how much this kid is exciting to watch. I know she wish she can have some of those free throws back tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because both teams played very sloppy, not so sloppy to where it was a gazillion turnovers and things like that. It's just that both teams pretty much, when teams know each other, them the type of games that you have until you figure out somewhere down the stretch somebody's going to go on a spurt and a run. Maya came off the bench tonight for Horn Lake. I like that kid. That kid has shows a lot of potential to become a guard somewhere down the road in the future. I think she's just a freshman. She has the potential to be someone that can play at the next level if she continues to work. I don't know how much the kid works. I just like what I see out the kid, and it may not be much, but you basing it off her grade, and you basing it off no one know. I didn't know about the kid. It wasn't wasn't a whole band behind her. So to see how she has been grown from the summer up until now, when I seen Horn Lake play, I see bright things coming for her. So I would encourage you to this summer is to put more time, Maya, to put more time into yourself, like developing yourself with this game, than to not to get so caught up in what's going on with AAU. Not telling you not to play AAU, but don't let that be your main priority when you have things to work on your game. And I promise you, once you fix those things, you know what I'm saying, on your game, AAU will be ready for you. Not saying you're not ready for AAU, but you want to step out and showcase yourself in front of people when you know that you're ready. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that you're not ready, but it's some things that has to be fixed, because I like your game. And I like it so much. I would love to work with you. You know what I'm saying? And you already know that I don't charge anything. I like the game so much. I would love to work with you, Maya. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Maya came and she hit a big three at a big moment. You know what I'm saying? And hit some big free throws to seal the game. She hit two big free throws. You know, I wouldn't say they went in like she knew they were going in, but they went in the same way both times. So she did something right. She remembered what she did. So, but like I say, I like what I see out of you, Maya. Continue to work. Caitlin, man, this girl is a rebound machine. She started out slow too, just like the whole team of Horn Lake. But when Caitlin got to going in the second half, using that motor and that energy that she brings to that team and everything, it brought some life. You know what I'm saying? The referee, you know what I'm saying? She's so hyped and just showing so much emotion. Referees think that she talking to the player, you know what I'm saying? When she just trying to rally up her crowd and her team because they on the run. So, but like I say, I like what I saw. She also added 4 steals. Caitlin also had 4 steals tonight. And so, like I say, Maya ended up with 8 points. Caitlin had 4 points, 12 rebounds, 4 steals. Riley added 3 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. Kelly added 6 points, 2 rebounds, and she had 8 turnovers. A lot of those turnovers were not that kid's fault. I don't know what the old referee would call it. They would call it charges when she doing Euros by just getting past the man, and it just looked like she pushed him out the way, but she ain't even touching him. So, like, that's the thing I say when referees and with kids like this that are trying to explore moves and trying to do things and elevate their game, refs, you have to let them know what they're doing wrong. But like I say, she started out slow also, but she came along in the second half. Made a couple of big shots, had an and one. Like I say, I think Horn Lake, they probably looking at their free throw percentage. I don't know if it was too high tonight, so had Party over there sweating because y'all couldn't make no free throws. But neither here nor there, like I say, it was a sloppy, good game. But there were bright moments if you take anything away from it. So the both teams continue to grow. One thing that I wanna note to West, to both teams and to high school kids all around. The only way a team can be a team is if the team cuts out distractions. A successful teams know how to hear it, but not let it bother them. Teams that are looking to make an excuse are always turn to the stands or always turn to go home and talk about the business, what went on within the team. One thing about it, when you leave and go to college, your parents can't go with you. The fans that you're looking in the bleachers at right now can't go with you. And best believe, if you try that in college, you'll become a fan back at home with the people that you was listening to when you didn't need to be listening to them. I just feel like we are totally disrespecting the game by not allowing our coaches to coach, by not allowing our kids to be ball players like the system of what the coach is running, not what the parent wants them to do. Parents, when you over-exaggerating and put so much emphasis on your child consistently, on a consistent basis, just know college coaches are watching you also. Don't think that they're just recruiting the kid, they're recruiting the family, because at the end of the day, you're trusting these people to turn your child into a young lady for the next 2 years or for the next 4 years. You're not going to be there to answer all those questions. So kids, learn the true definition of what team means. Parents, learn the definition of what the word parent means. Let these coaches coach, regardless if they can coach or not. It's a million coaches in Mississippi I don't think they can coach. But I never in my life, and can't nobody say, with all the heckling that y'all say that I do, I would never in my life, you know what I'm saying, make a coach feel like they can't coach. Now, if I'm a fan, I may cheer to try to throw and throw shots to try to throw coaches off, like say, oh, that's the wrong sub, coach, just to try to get in coach's head. But I never make you feel like you can't coach, because I'm talking to the coach. People talk to the kids, and kids be turning around while the game going on, talking to people in the stands. And that's not fair to you nor the coach. When adversity hits, everybody gets all the right answers. Every parent in the stands feels like they know what the fuck is going on and what's the best option for their kid when they're not even a coach. The only way some of these coaches are not successful is because they deal with outside drama that has nothing to do with basketball. And a lot of it comes from wanting to have hype and wanting to be this. Man, let's forget all that, kids. Let's develop ourselves into something that what Mississippi has never seen before. You know what I'm saying? We done had greats come through here and play the game of basketball. But let's make it better. Let's make it elite. Let's make it grassroots. You know what I'm saying? But the only way it can happen is if you put the cameras down, close the doors in the gym, and just go to work on a consistent basis. And parents, just know, I said it on a post earlier today, that you can be your kid's biggest downfall. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a lot to learn too. I don't know if my baby's gonna play. It's looking like she might play. But if I'm along the way and I'm being a bad parent, and those who I respect and those who know me and those who understand and those who know that if I do this, help me put my child in the best position, please let me know that I'm wrong. Because right now I feel like the problem that goes on now is just going on. Like we living off microwaves, meaning that we trying to speed up the process and not do what we need to do. When it takes a long time to become a ball player, just because you put on a uniform or you expect it to be this way and things don't go your way, still don't try to make something be there that's not there. That's not there. So I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. And like I said, Center Hill, Horn Lake, sloppy good game, but I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see people like India rise to the occasion when her team needs her. You know what I'm saying? Night in and night out. But one note, I want to challenge Horn Lake team, the other pieces, because right now, if you look at it, the scout report, it'll be like y'all a one-man band. No other player, you know what I'm saying, as far as point-wise, you know what I'm saying, is nobody that nobody fears right now. Everybody's just trying to stop India. But I challenge everybody from right now, what you're doing, or whatever you may be averaging on your team right now, outside of India, I challenge everybody to try to increase their average 5 points. If everyone increased their average 5 points, y'all are able, you know what I'm saying, to compete for a state title. And that's just my advice. You can take it. You can, I'm not telling you to go find a shot so you can make 5 more points, but within the system, because as I can see, everybody gets enough shots. We're just not making them. So that means we got to get in the gym and start working on our craft and working on our jumpers, working on the moves that we're going to do. If y'all do that, I promise you everybody can probably add 5 more to that average. And this team here will be a threat down the stretch to go to win a state title. I want to see y'all at least have a chance, but the only way y'all going to have a true chance is everybody give you 5 more points. And I'll see y'all later. And just remember, if you ain't trying to go, you can't be on this show.